Hi, good night, and welcome to day 2 of Scenes from the Assembly. As customary, or you would have seen last night, that we were around the hustle and bustle of persons coming in for the opening celebrations of the 173rd General Assembly of the Jamaica Baptist Union. And what a time we had in God's presence. We heard from our president. We heard from the assembly choir, who has always ministered God's music to perfection. During this evening's presentation, we will go through the scenes. We will hear from our youth delegates. We will get snaps and synopsis from the general things that happen. And look who is here again. We have Rev again.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, and Rev will give us her take on how the assembly went today. So we'll go to the scenes and then we'll return.
What has been most meaningful for you since the assembly began this year?
What is most meaningful? I think the worship experiences have been meaningful. Those are my thoughts in relation to the worship service.
What are your impressions of the assembly so far?
Well, the assembly seems to be regurgitating the matters of previous years that have been here. However, I sense a determination on the part of the leadership to bring some change to the table.
When I was first asked to be a delegate, I was a bit apprehensive because I was thinking, oh, it's a lot of work and I would need to take back a report and maybe many reports depending on what was going to be taught and done in the assembly. But so far for me, I'm enjoying it. I am learning much more about the Jamaica Baptist Union because I was born and bred a Baptist. So for me, it's a learning experience, and I've learned a lot this morning. We did the Treasury's report, and as you know, most churches are interested in hearing what their tithes and offerings are being used for. So this morning was very interesting, and I have my report to take back to my church to show them that their money is not just going up in thin air. It's actually being used. Because right now, I know at my church we are in need of literature for the Sunday school and also for the older people, because we have been really strapped for that. And the Baptist Union is actually looking into providing material for that, for us to use. So I am actually learning and enjoying.
Assembly 2023, my friend, won't you come with me again? Assembly, our faith is in His word, in this ever-changing world. Embrace the mystery of the Lord of hosts, you see. He is waiting just for you.
And we're here with the president of the Brotherhood, Dwight. So Dwight, tell us, how has it been so far being the president of the Jamaica Brotherhood?
Honestly, it has been a rewarding experience. I am constantly appreciating the fact that the brothers have reposed in me their confidence by electing me their president. And the fruits, we are sort of getting the things together. We are reaping some fruits, rather negligible, but we are getting there pretty much. So the Brotherhood is in stealth mode at the moment.
Talk about you guys are in the stealth mode. building process. What is it? What is your method or what is your objectives to gain younger members into the Brotherhood?
Well, what we have done, we have charged as the mission for this administrative cycle is that we will go out to include, we'll have an intentional mission of reaching younger men and middle-aged men within our church. Because within our branches, we have brothers who are middle-aged, not so young, but they are not somewhat interested in the Brotherhood. So we're remarketing the Brotherhood that they will understand what is the mission of the Brotherhood. It's not just a group of men just coming and sharing a space. No, we are there, we have mission, it's also communion. So it's an opportunity for our brothers to share together the mission of the Brotherhood. Empowering men to fulfill their role and responsibilities within the church under the leading of the Holy Spirit.
My name is Herman Williams. I am from the Linstead Baptist Church.
All right, Herman, I realize that you said that you are from Linstead. How is it traveling from Linstead to be here at the 173rd General Assembly?
Well, it has been a little bit pensive. I think most of the brothers were curious about what it would be like, having not had this kind of a session for the past couple of years. I find that most of the brothers were very, very curious about what the optics would have been today. And it would seem to me as if the enthusiasm and the excitement was just as good as years gone by.
All right, nice. I hear you mention the brothers a lot. You're a part of the Brotherhood. How is your time being a part of the Brotherhood like?
Well, the Brotherhood provides a rallying point for men in the church to participate actively in programs that men are concerned about. It also provides an opportunity for us as men to share our own ideas and to share our own thinking with the church in a context that is Christian and of a righteous nature.
You and me at assembly.
So we're here with Mrs. Hillary Morgan, the Women's Federation President. I have got a few questions to you, Mrs. Morgan. As a Federate, what has been your favorite experience?
My favorite experience has always been the sectional meeting. Meeting with all of the ladies who have come together with expectancy to hear from God and to fellowship. And to me, it is like a little foretaste of worshiping God eternally.
Indeed, indeed. As we try to move out of this post-pandemic era, for the last 2 to 3 years we have been inside. Now we are back full face-to-face.
Yeah.
What are some of your plans you have for this year?
Okay, so for this year, we intend to get up and do some of the things that we could not have done. Especially last year, we had to put quite a number of our plans on hold because our focus was on celebrating our 100th anniversary. And so most of our activities were centered around that. So for this year, we want to get back into the field where we focus on evangelism, winning souls for Christ, where we focus on meeting the ladies in their parishes and getting on with the business of building skills. We know that one of the skill sets that our ladies need more than ever is technological knowledge. And so we want to be doing that. We also want to build our fund for regional help. We want to ensure that we have something at all times should there be need. We won't be scurrying around and looking. And there is always need. See what is happening now to our sister country, Haiti. It is my hope that the Federation would be able to reach out to them in a tangible way.
We are here with one of the members of the Women's Federation. Tell us your name and your position.
So my name is Shernette Powell. I am the president for the St. Catherine Baptist Women's Federation and the secretary for the Jamaica Baptist Women's Federation.
Nice, Madam Secretary and Madam President. How has it been so far being here at the General Assembly?
General Assembly has really been great. It is something that I always look forward to. And just to be in the 173rd General Assembly and our sectional meeting, seeing so many women, I think God has just really been good after the pandemic.
Nice. What has been coming out of the Women's Federation session?
just that reigniting of the spirit and re-embracing what God is doing for us, and just to continue to seek, save, serve.
So, Rev,
Yes, Andre.
tell us, day 2. But before we go into day 2,
Right, last night.
Last night,
Yes.
the opening service.
Yes.
Remind us of what happened.
Well, as we would have shared last night, Andre, it's been a while
Yes.
since we have been together.
Yes.
And I think that last night was an embodiment of that psalm that we saw how good and pleasant it is when sisters and brothers dwell together in unity. As you would have mentioned earlier, the assembly choir, the worship was so uplifting. And our president's sermon, what stood out was, the highlights from the sermon, reminding us that there is indeed something wrong with the systems and structures of the world. And I think we cannot be reminded of that too often. It's something that we have to constantly keep before us as we embark on this journey of renewal.
Today is the day that we hear from our acting general secretary. Thursday is usually that time where we get to hear the report of our union, your union. Rev, what can you share from that report?
Well, our General Secretary offered us a very comprehensive report. I was very pleased to see that there was a lot of interaction with it. So yes, questions were asked, comments were made, and that was a very good session to see people actually interacting with the report. Some highlights from that, we learned about, of course, our vacant circuits that and those parishes that are of concern, and that as a union, the executive and us as the union need to give some attention and give our assistance to, even as we're on this path of renewal and thinking about partnership and seeing how we can hold the hands of brother and sisters. One of the other significant aspects of her report was just the deficit we're facing with ministers.
Yeah.
So let me just take this opportunity to say that, if you are sensing the call to full-time pastoral ministry, just think of all who have gone before you, who have indeed overcome and have been able to respond to the call of God, to say that whatever challenges you can envision, God is already ahead of you.
So, if you're feeling the call,
Answer.
Can you imagine, Rev, Thursday, the sectional meeting?
Oh yes.
Oh my
Oh, yes.
word. And we have to start with the Women's Federation. Imagine here, decked out in white today. Can you imagine that?
And I mean, they were rolling in. They didn't walk in. They showed up and they showed out. There were buses. They were on time. And I mean, we were a little bit over time with the sectional meetings, but they came and they were waiting patiently and looking forward to their service. So
The youth,
yes,
they met at Bethel
Yes.
in Half-a-Tree. And Rev, I understand from reports that too was a great meeting.
I imagine so. The theme that I saw rather was so intriguing. Young, gifted, and Baptist.
Yes.
And we talked yesterday about reclaiming our Baptist identity.
Yes.
In this season of individualism and this move. I don't want to be conformed to any denomination. I'm a Christian.
Yes.
Isn't it refreshing to hear our youth saying young, gifted, and Baptist?
Yes.
And we've been hearing that throughout the assembly. Just reminders of our legacy and our history and the challenge that brings to us this generation to carry on and to pass on the baton, because we've received such a rich heritage of faithfulness.
We can't forget the men.
No. Our
We can
brothers
never.
met, yes.
Our brothers did meet, and they had their session as well, and that too also
Seemed
I
very well
understand,
attended,
seemed to
yes,
be
yes.
very well attended. So COVID did a number on us.
Oh yes.
But COVID
yes.
also allowed us to realize that we need each other.
Absolutely.
And we
One of
have
the
to be
biggest
there.
lessons.
Yes.
We can't afford to lose that lesson.
No.
It brought so much to the fore, just about community And even as we talk about hybrid and online, you see the difference when you gather in person.
Well, there you have it, day 2. So stick and stay with us for day 3. Tomorrow at this time in
This place.
this place.
Maybe not this space.
Not
but-
here, but somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't know where.
At the Boulevard Baptist.
Right.
Guess where we'll be tomorrow? You never
Right
know.
here. You will never know. Maybe at the front, maybe at the back, maybe outside, maybe somewhere. But stick and stay and enjoy your evening. Have a great